Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, you beautiful people. Um, so before I start talking about what I wanted to talk about, I just want to go on a little rant because I just took my dab because gotta be faded. Uh, yeah, and I went to go to the dispensary today. Picked up with the usual. I'm not one to really like splurge on my Mary Jane endeavors. I don't know, like I'm not trying to spend the most. I just smoke to smoke at this point. But today they had a deal, and I'm not gonna say brand names because this ain't sponsored or anything, but there was a deal on a higher end what brand, I don't know, fucking, for some resin, and it was like buy one get one. I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me do that today. I got some money, let me do that today. Did that, got that, and then I got the usual like a $13 gram wax, like not a good, I mean a great price in sense of like it's cheap as shit, but it's also cheap as shit, like it gets faded, but it's not like great or anything. This one that I got today, the buy one get one, plopped it in. It's warming up. It's warming up. Have it on a nice low setting, so I could really taste it. It tasted amazing. Holy shit! And I'm faded as fuck. Just wanted to say that. I think when it comes to products like these, sometimes you do have to spend the money to for what it's worth. You get what you get. What you get. You get what you pay for. Um, I didn't really realize that till now. I didn't have a side by side comparison. I took a cheap dab earlier. Shit. Took this one. Holy cow, felt amazing. Tasted great. No burn. Fuck. I hate that. But anyways, that's besides the point. Nice to see you guys, or hear, nice to talk to you guys again. Today, I just recently got off the phone, or like, I was messaging one of my buddies who was talking to me about some shit, some incident that happened at his work, and some fool came in and just punched the shit out of him, just decked the fuck out of him. I don't know if there was I don't think there was he might have been trying to kick him out of the store or something, but it was like a crackhead, tweaking, and came in and just like full force, and apparently had been walking around punching other people in the store too, so it just happened. And I was just talking to him about that a little bit, and homie's had some trouble with like in the past with bullying and shit, so it brought up like just some of that feelings of fear and feeling like weak and shit, and like it made me think, or he started saying it, like he was just telling me like I feel weak and afraid, like fuck, like I didn't feel like I haven't felt like this in a long time since back then, and like that made me just think like, well, why do you feel like why the fuck would that make you feel weak or anything? Like if he came up to you and just punched you and like that was it, no reason, and like it's not like this dude overpowered you or like took you down or anything, like maybe feel physically weak then, but you don't want to feel mentally weak. Like I don't understand how that could affect you and make you feel like little about yourself, because personally, like I am a relatively small person. No, I'm not a small person, sorry. I like I'm about average height. I'm 5'7", 5'8". I weigh like 140. Like I'm not a big dude. So physically, like obviously there's a lot of bigger guys out there, and it's not like I'm going to be intimidated every time I approach one, or like if I get into an altercation with someone just because they're physically bigger. Like doesn't mean I mean I am obviously going to be a little scared. It's like fuck, this dude can easily just probably wreck me. But it's about having the mentality that you are strong at times. Like you shouldn't let situation, like if you just pardon me, especially if it's a verbal, I guess that one was physical in his case, but like most of the time it's just verbal altercations, and for you to feel like weak in the mind or have like an altercation with someone and let that leaving you feel like like afraid or some shit, it's no bueno. I was telling him how personally, like I try to think, oh, I'm hot shit, yada yada yada, because at the end of the day, whatever you tell yourself is what you're gonna be. Um, like I was trying to get the point across that if he's over here saying like, dude, I'm so weak and afraid, like, holy cow. Well, yeah, you're weak and you're afraid. That's what you are at that point. You know, you got to turn it around, not necessarily give into it, and talk about yourself in a better way. Like, you may feel weak. Like, yeah, oh shit, that startled me, but fuck, like, man's lucky he caught me slipping. Like, he just caught him by surprise. Um, if you continue to walk around and tell yourself like, yeah, well, you know, I got bullied in the past, and I'm getting hit, punched in the future, like it must mean that I'm just a frail, weak man. Like, no. In all that time, you've become so much more. You got to tell yourself what you are. Like me personally, I walk around, like I said, I walk around like I'm the hot shit. I tell myself, oh, I'm fucking great. I'm good at this. I'm fantastic at this. Obviously, it's not every day that that's going to work. Like me with my depression, there are days where I'm like, I'm the worst thing ever. Like, I shouldn't be alive, you know? Like, I'm nobody. I'm not doing anything with my life. And those are the thoughts that come in my head. But for me, I know that that's depression. Like, that's not who I am. I've done a lot. I look back and all the things I've overcome, all the things I've had to deal with in my life, all the trauma I faced, like, it's made me who I am. And yes, at times I may feel super low and super down and like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but those don't define who I am, because everything else that's made me come up to this point to deal with another piece of shit moment, it means that I am something. And I think it's important to walk around telling yourself that, whether you believe it or not. You gotta tell yourself you're great at something, anything. And that one little thing will just build onto another and another. And hey, I'm okay at this. Hey, I can do this. Hey, I can do this. And because if you feel like you aren't anywhere you want to be, well, you definitely can be there. And it's just a matter of fucking doing it. And it's a talk I have with my buddy quite often when he's feeling that way. And he lets things consume him so bad. And I know if you're hearing this, bud, like, you gotta be able to not let it feel like that's everything you are, you know? Like, in the moment it happens, and process the emotions, deal with the emotions, go through it, let the wave come, knock you down, whatever, but get back up and fucking remember who you are, and, you know, get back out there. One little incident, whether you run into something that'll bring that incident up again in the future, isn't going to define every fucking outcome of your life. You can learn from that. If you feel physically weak at a physical altercation, go get stronger. If you've approached a problem in your life that you can't think of a solution, go do some research. Go put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable to be able to act in those types of scenarios. It's all about how you react to those fucking moments that test you, literally. Yeah, like, I was talking to another friend about how I carry myself throughout, like, the day, and we were on a hike, and she mentioned how, like, I'm always running or, like, playing around and skipping and shit. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm having a game with everything I do. I'll pick up a stone and I go skip it in a river, and next thing I know, I'm like, oh, how many can I get? I see a gap. I'm like, oh, how far can I jump? Can I make that gap? Everything's a fucking game to me. And I think, like, living life like that, personally for me, just makes it a little more fun. And yeah, then it's, you know, oh, I'm good at this game, this real life game, where at the end of the day, like, I've made a new skill. And yeah, you just hold on to that. Hold on to all the skills you make, because you're gonna have to use them in the future, one way or another. And you're gonna have moments where you're tested. And all those mental fucking blocks you've overcome, all the progress you've made, it's testing you in that moment to see if you're willing to apply it. So apply it. You know, it's just a matter of doing it at times. It's a lot easier said than done too, but once you start and you notice progress, like it's addicting. At least for me. Looking back and thinking of how in the shit I used to be and how just unproductive, like I don't even know words to say it. I was just like not even a human being. So think of myself back then and who I am now and how I solve situations or overcome problems, all sorts of things. I still have my flaws. I still struggle with a lot, but it's like, wow, I would have never thought I was going to be doing things like this. I never thought I was going to be in such a healthy mindset where I can sit down and talk about my fucking feelings. I didn't think I was going to be ever able to, like, healthily? I don't know if that's a word. Cope with things. And here I am. And I'm, like, taking what I know and being able to share it. And to hear that I'm helping people, like, that's what motivates me. And I can still take every moment of my depression and be like, well, you know, if that consumes me, then what all this is, I've been doing it for nothing. So you got to take what you've been working for and actually hold yourself to it. Because we're all doing shit every day, whether that's just getting through the fucking day. Like, that's an accomplishment. So I don't think people should really well, of course, obviously no one thinks that anyone should feel weak or little and afraid, but you know, when you do, just remember everything you've done and how far you've progressed, because you've overcame situations and you've tackled things. So just remind yourself that you're fucking great. You're amazing. You are what you say you are. And then once you continue to repeat that, I mean, you have to believe it at some point. You have to. There's no way you can go around telling yourself, I'm amazing. If you look in the mirror, I'm amazing. You can't go telling yourself that every day and not believe it the slightest bit. Because if I go into the mirror and I tell myself, damn, you're ugly, you're a loser, you're a nobody, by the end of the day, I'm going to look at myself. By the time I look at myself, I won't even be able to say it. I'll just start crying. Because I've believed it already. Now it's just I look in the mirror and, damn, a fucking loser. Just make it the other way. Walk in the fucking mirror. You look good today. What you would tell somebody else. You see a stranger that looks good or even doesn't look good but might look like they're having a bad fucking day, and you tell them, hey, you look good today, or something, some compliment to make their day. Just treat yourself like that. When you look in the mirror, that's a fucking stranger. You tell them, hey, you look good. I hope you have a good day today. I can guarantee you're going to smile back. Whether you feel goofy or not, or like you take the compliment, you're going to smile. And that in itself is going to boost that fucking self-esteem a little bit. So, yeah, man. I mean, you tell yourself you're shit. You're a piece of shit. And that's the only thing you tell yourself. That's what you're going to believe at the end of the day. If you tell yourself every time you see yourself, you're cute, you're funny, hey, have a good day, you might just have a good day because of yourself. So, treat yourself well. Believe in yourself. Don't let situations, little problems in life, little obstacles pull you down as bad as they do. Because, you know, you've overcome so much. And you are great. And I love you. So, take care of yourself, please. And that's that. That's all I have to say on that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. I really do appreciate when you guys tell me little episodes or ideas for episodes. It means the world, and I'm glad I can be here to help. So continue. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Text me, call me if you need anything. Love you. Bye bye. Toodles.